Hey loves! Today we're going to be making the most gorgeous vegan biscuits you'll ever have. So let's go! In a relatively large mixing bowl, add in 1 cup of all-purpose flour, half a tablespoon of baking powder, and 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. If you're going for sweet biscuits, just omit the salt, but whatever you choose to do, go ahead and mix all the dry ingredients until well combined. Now add in 1/4 cup of cold butter. Over here I'm using vegan butter, but if you're not vegan, you can just use regular butter, but remember that it should be cold and cut into small cubes because that makes it easier to incorporate with the rest of the ingredients. Now if you own a pastry cutter, use that to cut in the butter so that the dough resembles coarse breadcrumbs. Since I don't have one, I'm going to use a wooden spoon to mix the ingredients together, and then I'm going to switch over to my hands. It's much more convenient with a pastry cutter, but don't worry if you don't have one because it's completely possible even if you don't. Just make sure that you have clean hands when you do this step. Now add in 1/4 cup of milk. I'm using oat milk over here, but you can use any milk that you have if you're not vegan, and just mix them together until it forms a dough. And 1/4 cup might not be enough for you, so you can go ahead and add in some more milk until it forms the dough that you need. And as with any dough, make sure that you don't overmix or else you're going to get really tough biscuits. So just add in however much milk you need in order for your dough to come together. So I'm just speeding things up here, but after a while you're going to want to use your hands to form it into a nice ball because you have more control over your hands than you would with a spoon. On a lightly floured surface, roll out your dough and form a 1-inch thick disc. And I'm just spending way too much time forming this disc, but it really shouldn't take as much time as I'm using. So now use your knife and cut the dough into 4 equal parts. Now after you've cut them, just split them apart, and you can bake them as is. However, I prefer shaping each piece further, so now just roll each individual piece into a disc again. And if you're new to my channel, welcome! I post new videos every week, so make sure you subscribe. After you've shaped the biscuits to the way that you would like, use the back of a teaspoon and make a little well in the center, and this is for a butter. But this is completely optional if you don't want it. However, I would highly recommend it because after baking, your dough will rise so you won't be able to see it. Use a knife or a basting brush if you have one to apply melted butter to the tops of each biscuit. I'm using my fingers over here because that was the easiest for me to do, but I made sure to wash my hands thoroughly. So if you're going to use your fingers, make sure that your hands are completely clean because you don't want to contaminate any of these biscuits. Applying butter to the tops of these biscuits are going to make a really gorgeous golden surface. Bake at 425 degrees Fahrenheit for about 12 to 15 minutes or until the tops are golden brown. Remove from the oven and top with melted butter. You can also use jelly or whatever you want to serve your biscuits with. I'm just going to garnish with some dry parsley flakes. And we're done. I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!